Hey y'all, out here in the shop today, and I wanted to talk a little more about the old briskness boatness. And one problem that I ran into right from the get-go here were these bad boys, the scuppers, the drains out the back of the boat. They go down here, as you can see. I've been up to something. What did I do? No, I printed something, but let's first talk about what's wrong here. Again, I'm trying to get used to filming all this on my phone to make it simpler so you get more videos to you. Because if it's too complicated for me, I don't do the video. So anyways, this is the stock scupper. This faces inboard. This is outboard. It comes with these little, sorry, I got them leashed up here, plugs, rubbery pluggy thing. Actually pretty nifty, and those integrate with my new ones. I'll show you in a minute. But these fit down in there, and while they're kind of a neat novel idea, it's cut this one way and keep this orientated in the right direction. Check valve, so if you take any water into the boat, it could come through here, through the tube, to this check valve, and then overboard. It's a one-way valve. I'm not going to put it back in because I might want to use it for future use, and I don't want to rip the little titty off. But it fits in here. It plugs it up, and if, in theory being, if all works right, water can't flow this way, but it could flow out. The problem is it's not the best fit, so it kinda doesn't hang up the best. And I was already noticing when I already had it on the beach, waves splashing with it just beached was going right past this. It wasn't stopping much, so it'd probably stop a bulk of the water coming through, but it doesn't. It's not a one-way valve, so it doesn't check itself very well. And I'm gonna lay that up too. One, it's not sized right, and two, it's made too thin. Manufacturing's off. That lip needs to be sealed. If you look at the scuba ones that are like in the bottom of a snorkel, sea straw, they're thicker and they have a nice tapered edge that results in a feathered edge, gives a real good seal. This is just not there. It's the idea, it's not the function. The biggest reason besides all that, this is I was being a dick and screwing around in some big waves and trying to see how much it could take, and I actually managed to swamp the thing and filled it with water all the way to the back of transom, over the top, out. Yeah, it's a wet ride, and we're going to talk about more about that swamping in the future and about this boat and yeah, the inherent issue with it. It's not the beginner's boat, not at all. It's not a little toy. You have to be mindful of this boat. So anyways, that's what we're going on to. Well, being that I carry my dog with me, and we've had exactly like 1 day on this at this point, that amount of dog hair built up and clogged these scuppers shut, closed. There's not, I don't know how the camera's showing that, but there's not a whole lot of, for the amount of, ID that's going on here, even at the restriction of where it has to go through the little edge for the one-way valve, that's a lot of restriction. That's a sewer grate right there. So her hair clogged that up instantly, and there was nothing coming out. And so I'm trying to keep headway, keep the bow up, and pick good lines and all that. And I'm at the same time reaching back and screwing around trying to clean these scuppers off. I did not like that one bit. To the point where I got up on plane. I didn't realize, because her hair is brown and it was clogged down in here. I didn't really realize that was the issue, because it's all underwater at this point too. You're looking at this. I'm trying to drive. There's boats out there, so I'm not able to dedicate my 100% of attention to what's down there. I'm just reaching down. It feels clear. I'm thinking a rope, a shirt, leaves in the desert, some sort of debris, FOD, foreign ordnance debris, whatever, has hit and clogged this up. I don't know what's up. I even reached back, which is not recommended, while the motor is running, and pulled these both out, ripped them out, threw them inside. Luckily, I was able to save them, but I couldn't figure out that it was not building. I'm splashing water out this thing until I got into a cove where I was a little more sheltered and the water was calmed. I thought about running into the ground at that point too, which was an option of where I was. I wasn't too far off. It was pretty wavy. I wasn't going to sink. I didn't want to make that an issue. But anyways, I'm digressing here. I got to safe water, ended up figuring out it was dog hair, pulled it off, and then it started draining out readily quick, noticeably quick, even through these small holes once dog hair is clean. So these aren't it's going to still take a minute. And a minute's a lot when the next wave is seconds away. So if you swamp this thing and you go through a couple of waves, no, it's not going to sink, but you're in a swimming pool that is driving on a lake, and that's just a strange feeling. So my original intent was to, and you can just do this if you want to do, take a Dremel, take side cutters, do whatever you want, open all this. If you do open it all up, file it out so you don't create this medieval torture device when you shove something in there, something gets stuck. I guarantee you that it will end badly. So I was just going to 3D print a nice new ring. But then it occurred to me this was just kind of more of a novelty than anything. So it just evolved to a whole new straight pass-through. So the way this goes in now is this goes from, and you could choose when you go to install yours, from the back forward or from the forward back. I chose for cosmetics reasons to install it this way so you have a nice finished edge. And inside it'll look like this. And actually I went ahead and installed one here. So that's it itself. Like I said, I installed it from this edge. And then right here, it's on the ring. Yes, it is sideways, but I didn't want to re-drill holes. Not like I had to do here, because I got flat out tired of my transom plate not being in the right place. Yes, both sides are off. So I didn't want to re-drill holes. I was able to live with it just a little bit off. I'll get to how I installed these in a second, but I mentioned available to you. I'm going to make this available in two ways. It's kind of bit me in the past. Normally when I put stuff up like this on the free repository website that 3D print people have access to called Thingiverse, it's not a month and I see stuff on eBay being sold. That's my design. And sometimes I'll even put little watermarks on the design just so I know it's mine. I just like, what the hell? I put little things and little different things, just Easter eggs of my own. But it's my designs I see up there all the time that I put out for free for you guys to use. Now I kind of have a personal policy of safety things, generally make the world better things. I do put up for free. So this will be on Thingiverse. So if you have a 3D printer, please go ahead and print this. If you want to add the safety of not risking the clog up this had in your boat. But if you don't have a 3D printer, or you don't have a friend that you could bribe with beer or lunch or taking out on your boat or whatever else, I don't even care if you pay your friend a couple of dollars. If you don't have a friend that could 3D print it, get it off Thingiverse, Maker Animal down on Thingiverse. Go over to Shapeways, and links for both of these will be in the description as the files come up, because the video will be up right now and video files later tonight, because I'm actually working on this right now, real time. It's kind of cool. But anyways, back to my thousands of digressions, I'll put it on Shapeways too. So if you don't have access to a friend with a 3D printer, or you want a beautifully, nicely high-end finished version of these scupper tubes, you'll be able to go on to Adventure Brad on Shapeways, and again link, and get a self of these for yourself. If you see anything else like this, unless it's like drastically changed or somebody else's own design on eBay, Amazonian, any of those other places, please don't buy them, because they're just taking my work and ripping it off. And by buying them, you're supporting a ripoff. So, like I said, get it for free, buy it for a friend, whatever, off Thingiverse. If you can't do that, it'll be on Shapeways, and yes, Shapeways makes all the money. I will make $1. Everything I put on Shapeways, I make $1 off of. Everything, all my store, everything, it's $1. That's $1 above their markup fee is what I make on this stuff. So, yeah, if you make it Shapeways, I'll make $1 off of it. But more than that, I do it because I like stuff to be available to you. So now that we're in a video that's 9 minutes long talking about this, let's get actually down to how to install them. So the way I installed it, again, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. You sink your boat, it's up to you. I use this stuff for everything. Gorilla Glue, Clear Grip. Take a little bit of this stuff. And for me, I was exploring it from the outboard, inboard, into the transom. I just put a little bead of it right around in here. Make sure it's all clean. There's a lot of debris and just this, I don't know what it's like, this weird putty. It's not silicone. It's like a mastic. I don't know. It's probably got lead in it. I'm probably radiating myself right now. But a little bead of it right down in the corner. Just right around. Don't get carried away. You wipe off the excess, but that'll seal whatever's coming around the edges down in. Little dabs out here, just a little on the edge, just to keep from material and water building up. Send her home. Run your screws in from this side, tighten it up. Then on the other side, you'll just have it protruding a little bit. Same thing, just down in that corner, just run a little bead, and I'm going to use this to simulate it. Like this was the transom. Let's just show you. So we shove it through here. Get a little side angle going here. And you just want to run this, so you've glued it from the front already, got your screws in, and then you just want to run this bead right in here. And again, that's going to do the same thing, seal it up. Once you do that, go ahead and put your front plate on. And once that's all assembled, run your screws in. Just learn to accept that it's Chinese and it's going to be a little like sideways. Well, hopefully yours is not that bad. If it's that bad, re-drill it. Put a little bit of glue in the holes too. If you're going to be going crazy and really out in there, you should probably go with something more than my universal glue that I use. But for this application in this boat, that's going to be fine for me. So anyways, this is a Venture Brad, and these are scupper plugs that you should probably get. Oh, and the one last note, the thing for me was, they came with these. I still wanted to utilize them, so if I'm camping on the boat and I don't want water to come in, or like I said, when I'm beached on shore and I don't want it just filling with water, debris, seaweed, everything that floats right on the surface, I can just shove these in, right in there, and then that keeps everything out. And then when I'm underway or whatever else, I can just pull them out. They can float in the boat. They're tethered up. The pair of them's tethered here, so they can both go in their own hole to my oar lock and my transom plate and all that. So, Venture Brad, checking out.